So, as the dreaded year of 2020 is slowly coming to a close, just weeks away from being over, and I just thought it was time for me to do a video. This is just completely just off the top of my head. Basically, everyone who's alive right now have never experienced the amount of blatant, I guess, just tyranny as we are as we have and been and are currently witnessing and experiencing now. And this is like worldwide, which is something that's scary as well. Obviously different parts of different, different countries, different states, whatever, are dealing with it differently, which makes it even more absurd, to an extent. Although I guess I just as soon have that than the one worldwide fucking rule, which of course undoubtedly is coming at some point. But oh my god, I probably can't even begin to scratch the surface in a video under 15 minutes. But basically, at the end of the day, the world's just a crock of shit. The world's a stage. A lot of people believe, and it's what's on television and what's on your phones in regards to news applications or, news websites and all this shit is real, and that's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is screens, I would say, which originally was newspapers, which turned into radio, which turned into TV, and now TV wasn't bad enough, but now people have essentially TVs in their pockets. So it's like they've really got us to a point where, the poison, which is everything that the media pushes, is in basically everyone's pocket, and it's just what they've done and where they've got us is just so fucking pathetic, and that anyone could even believe what the fuck's happening this year is actually happening is just the biggest fucking idiot, period. Oh fuck. I mean, it's just like, I don't even know what the fuck to say. Oh fuck. I don't even know. I don't even know. It's just like unbelievable. I was hoping when the year began and they started with all this fear shit regarding this, you know what, I'm just going to call it a you know what, that it would just, I was just hoping it was just, and expecting it was going to disappear like, the previous years of when news of some kind of, communicable disease came on the horizon, and they were just pushing it big for weeks, and all of a sudden you just stop hearing about it. That's what I figured would happen with this fucking thing. Unfortunately, it didn't. I mean, I guess, fucking son of a bitch, I can't even begin to express my disappointment in people for fucking falling for it. And so basically, I wish people could fucking realize that the shit on their screens, whether it's your freaking phone, your TV, your computer, your tablet, whatever fucking screen you're looking at, if you're dialing into like the mainstream, all you're getting is a load of fucking bullshit. You're getting fucking fear, 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 fear. What's the number one thing that has been used to control and steer humankind throughout, the fucking, all of the fucking centuries and thousands of years, and is probably as long as humankind has been around? It's fucking fear. The number one biggest thing that you can control people with, fear-based, in the fear spectrum, is the fear of death. And what better to fucking do that with, like 19 years ago it was fucking supposed people in caves that are bringing down huge buildings in a huge city, in a country that spends billions of dollars on defense. So that's completely believable. So that was 19 years ago, and that's also fear of death. And one thing people really should fucking start to see is, you know, you look at the supposed events that happened, and you know, 19 years ago it was one fucking afternoon, or well, it wasn't afternoon, it was one morning of supposed events that shaped the next 19 years and probably beyond 19 years. Whereas this year, the event wasn't just in one morning, it's like the better part of the whole fucking year. But what's so pathetic about this event compared to that one was it's like, at least with that one, now I'm not saying it was a good thing, but we were given some kind of visual something that something happened. But what I thought was so pathetic about this year, or this time, you know, 19 years later, is it's like there's no fucking proof anywhere of anything that they're saying. You know, at least not that the visuals that we saw 19 years ago on that morning were proof of anything, because, you know, they do all kinds of special effects in sci-fi movies and whatever. But I'm just saying, at least whether it was doctored or not, or real or not, or whatever, what we saw something 19 years ago. And I just think it's so pathetic that, I mean, they don't even need to show us anything or prove that anything's out there. You know, a boogeyman 19 years ago was, you know, cave dwellers. 19 years later, it's, you know, a supposed communicable deadly disease where you got a 99.5 percent survival rate chance. And by the way, you don't even know you have it unless you get a fucking test. That's such a deadly fucking disease. Fuck. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. All I know is I just can't believe, you know, I couldn't believe, you know, I live in the United States of America, and I couldn't believe that there were, you know, American flags up before this year happened. And I guess I can't say sure, but I was hopeful that a lot of those fucking flags would come down this year, because it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, they're just showing you, they're telling you what to do. It's just like these people with the American flags up in their yards. I mean, they must love, you know, giving their money to the government, and in return having the government push them over, bend them over a chair, and stick their, you know, huge steel rod up their fucking ass. And they've probably got, while they're bent over, a little mini flag that they're waving while they're getting that thing shoved up their ass from the government that they love so much. I mean, what's happened this year, and I guess I'm just basically can speak for America, North America, in regards to just the fucking draconian measures and shit in the name of fucking public health. And that's whole nother fucking series of videos. The laughable, you know, to get into the laughable notion that government gives any two fucking fucks about people's health. The people who, you know, run the government and own the media and all of this stuff that control everyone's minds, they fucking hate, you know, everyone, the peasants, you know, everyone, just the normal, you know, 9-to-5ers and all that, you know, people that aren't a part of the system and shit. They fucking hate, you know, us. I mean, that's why they just continually give us the negative fucking information, the fear information, just the divisive information. Oh, I just wish more and more people could just understand that, in a quite literal sense, every fucking thing that's pushed on those screens, you know, in your pocket or wherever the fuck they are, it's just bullshit. It's fucking propaganda. It's information that, you know, quote unquote information that's just meant to steer you one way or another. I think what I was getting at before, and I got sidetracked, is one thing people have to ask themselves or try to realize when something like this happens, with, you know, buildings coming down, or 19 years later, a year of supposed communicable diseases being all over the fucking world, is you have to realize what changes, because this is what this shit is really about, what changes come about as a result of the supposed cave dwellers, or the supposed fucking communicable disease that's supposedly ravaging the country or the world or whatever. You really have to take a look at the changes that are implemented as a result of the supposed fucking threats, because the changes are the whole reason, or the changes that result from the supposed fucking threats are the whole reason they give us the lies of the supposed fucking threats in the first place. And not to mention, you know, while they're changing things for the worse for everyone, all the peasants, all of us, it doesn't, you know, they like the added benefit that it also negatively affects people at the same time. You know, they can't just change shit, but, you know, at the same time we're terrorizing people, we're creating a generation or generations of people who fear, you know, brown people. Now it's going to be, now it's, you know, we're creating a generation of people who are going to fear everyone for the rest of their lives. So it just gets fucking worse and worse and worse, you know. 19 years ago it was like, oh, people would give, you know, brown people or, you know, or people in, you know, hijabs or whatever, they give them the look. And now it's like everyone gives everyone the look, especially if you're not wearing a fucking covering over your fucking nose and your mouth. I mean, then you really get the look. All of this shit is about steering humanity and like fucking just, you know, traumatizing them all at the same time, and it's all fucking planned. It's all fucking by design. And I mean, that's just the tip of the tip of the tip of the iceberg, and the video's over. So shit. I probably communicated just a small fraction of what I was hoping to communicate. I don't know. I would imagine maybe I'll do more of these. We shall see. I apologize if this was all over the place, but I like to just press record and just fucking go and see what the hell comes out. I think so. I think some good stuff came out. So I guess that'll pretty much do it for this video. Thanks everyone for listening.